So as you plunge through, the heat here is so intense that were you not resistant to fire, you would be making a Constitution saving throw every 10 minutes to avoid a level of exhaustion. Yes, it is
every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes.
Oh my god!
Once an hour is for the desert. This is for the fiery forges. As you head down here, it's like when you pass through these fiery, flaming cracks, the world turns upside down as gravity inverts itself. Muspelheim is upside down compared to it. The underside of the river is a separate set of earthbergs grinding against each other, covered in flame. Lava flows down the mountains. Just fire burns for no adequately explained freaking reason all over the place. There's igneous rock as far as you can see. The heat would scorch your very lungs were it not for pods just being awesome and John having that particular benefit that we talked about. Your journey will take hours as you soar to the forge of the fire giants. Any vignettes, or are you good to enter the dungeon? Oh, I need to go grab Ogville because he's been gregged.
Yes, please bring Ogville. I mean we're mostly just oohing and eyeing at the surroundings, but Paz, did you have anything in particular that Asena wanted to do en route?
Yeah, Asena had a question to ask you and she forgot it.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I'd totes get that.
It was something about one of the guys. I can't remember.
Oh, I bet it was super cool.
And so
looking at what we have here. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I'm just looking at my angelic seals and taking stock of what's going to be happening down here. John's going to inquire with the Valkyrie riders that we have. Excuse me. There's probably going to be a lot more fighting down here than diplomacy, but the fire giants and the rest of the denizens here in Muspelheim, your lord said that craft as well as strength would be useful here. Is there anyone that we'd be able to try to speak to get any sort of advantage as we're making our way to the forge?
For the most part, only the fire giants themselves dwell here, and those unfortunate enough to be bound to their forges. The giants see others as unpeople, caring only for their own kind, looking down upon all others. They respect craft. It is what determines rank within their culture. Whoever forges the mightiest weapons and armor has the greatest status, and all that they do is in service to their endless endeavors. So do they make their home within Muspelheim to employ the very hearts of the volcanoes as the fires of their forges.
So, are you going to be taking us directly to the heart of the forge that we see?
Well, we were going to set, outside. The thing's underground, so we were going to, and, Wolfie Bob here doesn't like going underground. Do we, Wolfie Bob? No, we don't. No, we don't. So we shall alight outside the cave that leads down into the very heart of the volcano. There shall you find the forge of Aztandar.
And if we are successful, will you be waiting there for us upon our return, or are we going to be finding our own way out?
We shall descend to find you once you are victorious, for we can smell triumph wherever it happens.
Oh, fantastic. And I would assume there's going to be numerous denizens blocking our path on the way to the forge of Aztandar.
I don't know. I've never been down there.
Very good. Question. You said that there is a very powerful giant that is in charge of that forge. Is there not?
Aztandar. Indeed.
Do you happen to know if this individual takes on any students?
Only fire giants, as far as I know.
But if a fire giant was to approach if such a being was to approach their gates, tunnels, wherever is leading down to that place, they might be able to get an audience with this individual.
Correct? The Loki gambit, a very common one. Obviously, that would be the path of a coward, and you should just kick down the door and vanquish everybody by the sheer strength of your steel, but that's ostensibly feasible as well.
But the gut punch is also an incredibly useful tool. If we can get into the heart of the individual and cut the head off the snake, would that also not prove string?
Well, yes, but not as much as knocking on their door and telling them to stand forth and do battle.
Well, you've already
even,
seen us
even
stand
Thor
forth
has
and do battle.
disguised himself, so whatever. I'm just saying,
Okay,
it'd be a lot
very
cooler
good.
if you did.
You could come with us. It'd be much easier.
Nah, I got stuff to do. Valkyrie stuff.
Okay, very good, very good. And yeah, that's about it. John's just kind of preparing himself at this point.
Very good. They land on the slopes of a jagged, obsidian-encrusted volcano. Lava flows freely from both sides. The heat scorches your face. And miserable tunnels, but huge, vast enough to accommodate the mighty frame of a fire giant, lead down below.
Go down to Goblin Town.
You can see smoke rising, unnatural smoke rising from the forges that dwell within, bubbling up through some of the lava. It will take you some time to navigate through the tunnels, but given John's investigative abilities and Asena's experience in surviving in the wilds, it should be no great difficulty finding your way into the very heart of Aztandar's forge. Anything else you want to do, or are you good?
I think we're pretty good.
Cool. I'm going to have John roll an investigation check and Asena roll a survival check. You're going to find the place no matter what, but there's a couple of options about how exactly this could go down.
Oh, okay. Investigation, you say? I love investigation.
Yes.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Shut up.
I mean,
If I failed, which it sounds like I may have, I get to roll a 1d4 because I warlock.
Okay, roll 1d4 because warlock.
Thank you very much. I got a 16.
Okay, so
why didn't I roll investigation?
you did roll investigation.
yeah.
You should have rolled survival. I like to imagine
Survival.
John looking around and Asena got a magnifying glass somewhere and she's just like looking for clues, but she has no idea what a clue would look like. So she's like, what are you doing? Looking for clues?
Asena, while I'm looking for footprints, why don't you look for, I don't know, uneven layers of rock that don't belong here?
Oh, like a path or something?
Yeah, like a path, exactly.
Oh. Well, in that case.
John, you have determined that there are 3 entrances to the forge.
Oh.
One in what we'll call the southeast, one in what we'll just call the east, and one in the north. And the one in the north is the one that leads closest to the very heart of the forge. But it's probably the least shielded.
Okay.
Asena, you have determined that in addition to the stone paths, and it's easy to tell because as you get closer and closer, it goes from just being rough-hewn rock to like wide masonry tunnels, clearly carved by very skilled hands. Asena, you have found another way in. The only problem is that it involves swimming or boating up a river of molten metal and rock.
Hey, John, can you swim in lava?
For like 6 seconds, yeah.
I think it would take us longer than 6. Right? How long is this path?
It would take you a few minutes at least.
Well,
It's a pretty cool shortcut.
I mean, even with a few minutes, I don't know if we'd be able to protect ourselves with enough wards to stave off the inevitable melting of lava. Now, do you have to fully submerge yourself in this, or can we try to walk upon the lava or fly over the lava?
You could fly over it. You won't have a whole lot of space, but you could fly over it. Or if you had like not a huge boat, but like a small boat that was lava proof, you could sail over it.
Like a fiery chariot that we could
Like a
ride upon?
fiery chariot that you could ride? Yes.
Well, then, yes. If that is a secret way that Asena has found, John would absolutely default to summoning a blazing chariot that has the might of angels able to be conjured for 1 hour.
It lasts
which would
for an
last
hour?
It's plenty of time for us to be able to ride upon, get where we're going, and then absolutely assail anyone that we find.
I like. All right, are we sneaking in, or are we riding a blazing chariot of light?
Hey, it blends
mean-
in.
True. I need a mini for this. I do not have a mini for this. Okay. 2 horses, you and up to 3 medium or smaller creatures you designate can enter. And okay, so that's not going to be enough for all of you because you have Ogville.
Fuck him.
I am
Was that
happy.
the fucking or the chariot?
Well, if
I
you're
mean,
going
couldn't he just like hold on to the back of it? He doesn't have to be inside
no,
of it.
the spell protects him from you can only protect 3 people from the flames of the chariot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, check it out.
No.
You and up to 3 other creatures you
3 other
designate.
creatures.
Oh, 3
Yeah.
other, not 3 total. Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Because you have Dargan.
Yeah.
And Chester's small, so he doesn't count.
Yeah. He's little. He's tiny. On my shoulder. Glorious.
I'm just searching one more time. I know I don't have a flaming chariot mini, but like maybe I have just any kind of a chariot.
Maybe I have a flaming chariot.
Well, I have a lot of stuff, but a flaming chariot is not one that I. The hell is this?
And mate, the path here to YSGARD, it
Mhm.
was one way, right? It wasn't 2-way. Correct?
You can flow back. The thing is, it's moving, right? All these rocks and stuff are moving, so the path isn't.
Oh, so sorry. I meant like from Astral Plane to YSGARD.
It's a one-way portal. It was not a 2-way
One way.
portal.
That's
But
what I
it'll
thought.
always
Okay.
open up on the plane of Ida, which is where you had your glorious battle against the
Nice.
Einherjar. Any other questiones?
I think we're okay right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if
Really
okay.
random that you had this blazing chariot in your pocket.
Well, I have received a blessing from the Seraph. Oh gosh, what was his name again?
Oriel.
Oriel. Thank you. Oriel. Yes.
You
yes.
forgot Oriel's name?
John did not. Matt did. But it's been a couple of weeks. I have all my notes here, and it was much more, in the brain when we
How could
didn't have
anyone
our.
forget Oriel?
I know our beautiful Oreo boy. We do not want to forget. Never forget.
Okay, grabbing some horses.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And I need something. Let's see. There's a non-zero
all we
chance that
need
your
to
glorious
do-
chariot is going to be like a box or just fire, just pure fire. What were you saying, Janessa?
We just need to make sure that the chariot doesn't die. Or else we will fall into the lava.
Oh, you got your vertebrae whip back, right?
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
want me to put a spell in there?
It has a spell in there.
Oh, it does. Oh, very good.
What spell is loaded?
Probably squeeze the brain or something.
It is
Excuse-
loaded with Tasha's mind whip.
Ooh, Tasha's mind.
I heard
whip.
you like to use a whip, so we put a whip in your whip so you can whip while you whip.
Yes.
Okay, what else does this nonsense chariot do? Let's take a look here.
There's a lot of damage.
We do have chariots of fire, but if we play that, we will absolutely get a copyright strike. Okay, calling upon the might of angels. Gold and mithril, unoccupied space, 2 forces of fire and light. You and 3 others can. Anyone who hits it or touches it takes 3d6 fire and 3d6 radiant. So you can pretty much assume the fire damage is not going to do anything to fire giants.
Yeah.
It's immune to fire
Like
damage,
radiant.
resistant to all non-magical damage. The horses are part of it. It has a speed of 50 and a fly speed of 40. On your turn, you can guide it to move. You can use your bonus action to have it do stuff. You can have it run over people.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you need to do before you ride your glorious chariot of fire?
Well,
I'd ask if
just
you're
let me
trying to
know when
sneak-
we're about to.
You kind of
Huh?
can't sneak in a giant flaming chariot of fire.
Why not? It's not like it's making a bunch of
Yeah, but it's glowing, my guy.
Well, yeah, but you let me know when things change. Right now, we're in a secret
Mhm.
path of fire, right?
Yes. So as this glowing chariot, and at this speed, it's only going to take you like 5 minutes to jump in the chariot, and you float along just above. The wheels are skimming in and out of the lava, and it's like spewing up on the side. You know, it's very cool. And up ahead, you can see metal, and the passageway opens up, and you hear the clang of mighty hammers at work.
When it opens up, John is going to cast Major Image.
Mm-hmm.
And within a 20-foot cube, John is going to make it look as if a fire giant, John is going to be taking the form of a fire giant, and Asena is going to be taking the form of an Azer, as will Dargan, and let's just say that Chester looks like a little imp or something. And they're going to be riding a larger version of the chariot.
Don't forget about Oakville.
Oh, Oakville, yeah, he's an Azer too.
Okay.
So we got a fire
Azers
giant.
are like dwarves, but they're elemental. Their beards are made of fire. Their skin's made of brass.
Yeah. So fiery dwarves, a fire giant, and a little imp servant are going to be riding on a giant flaming chariot.
Well, behold, the Muspelheim Forge. I said the Muspelheim Forge. There we go.
Yes. Very nice.
Shrouded in this illusion, you ride into the very heart, and it's red because there's glowing red stuff everywhere. You know.
Yeah.
Would happen in a place like this. I just think it kind of makes sense.
Oh my gosh! I thought those were enemies. Those are our chariot horses. That's ridiculous.
Yes, those are your chariot horses. And this box of fire is your chariot. Deal with it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm here for it.
All right. As you ride upwards, immediately inside of this chamber, you see multiple hellhounds gnawing upon bones. A fire giant is just around the corner. Its great bristling red beard, its black scorched iron armor, and that's like a buster sword it's got. But it's not wielding that right now. It's using a hammer, and it's working on some chains and other pieces of metal over on the side. Not hot forging here, more like polishing and doing other work. But there's a fire giant here. You see another fire giant up ahead. You can just barely catch sight of one here. There seem to be multiple passages from this chamber. Stairs up, and the lava flow proceeds. It's like lava, liquid metal. It's bad. It's bad stuff. But yeah, you should be able to see a lot of this chamber.
So instead of angelic steeds, the chariot of fire is being pulled by two very large goats. These like really cool looking war goats. You don't need to change the tokens. That's just what the illusion.
Yeah, good, because I'm not going to. As you ride up, this giant stops what they're doing and looks over at you. Do either of you speak giant?
No. Give me a moment. John does not speak giant. However, he does speak primordial Ignan, and so he can also, he's really good with languages. He's a linguist, so lay it on me, and I'll figure it out. All right, just a moment, please. Try and keep up the illusion. John is going to use a deduction dice as he attempts to figure out exactly what actually. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a moment. No, this is much better. I have a much better idea. Mate, I'm going to spend an inspiration to read you something if you don't mind.
Okay. What do you got in mind?
So I'm going to drop an inspiration, and John is going to have prepared tongues for the day. He will have casted tongues, so that way he can speak and understand. Spell? It is not. It just lasts for an hour. So
okay.
Ears, tongues. He can speak and hear what's being said here.
Okay. Asena, you always understand when John speaks.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't, even if he's speaking in giant. Oh, actually, he's not speaking giant. The giants think he's speaking giant. So you'll understand what he says, but you won't understand what they say.
Okay.
All right. So, John, I'm going to run that back.
Okay.
The fuck is this? Greetings. I am here on behalf of the faraway courts to study under Master Aztandar. He is expecting us.
That's going to be a deception check. Asena, you are currently disguised as a fire dwarf. What are you doing as you sit in this flaming chariot that's disguised as like a iron giant thing?
I'll pretend to hammer things.
You're just randomly like dink, dink, dink.
Yes.
Got my notes.
Oh, should have had this with it.
A 14?
Hold on. We're not done here.
You're still talking in giant, just in case it matters.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that was a 4. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say luck die on that.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and roll deception one more time. We'll take the better. Okay, I'm going to drop an inspiration. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, of all times, we have this. Well, I guess this is what it's going to be. Okay, so that's a 15. If it fails, I get a 1d4. Would you like me to go ahead and roll
Yeah,
my
it
1d4?
failed. Roll one. Well, I don't know if it failed. Hang on. You have to do this
Give me
the proper
the
way.
old-fashioned way. Yeah.
I got a 13.
There we go.
Would not have Aztandar told us if some shit like this was happening? You, who is at the front of the forge, are not within Aztandar's inner circle. There are those that are aware, and if you work harder and prove yourself in your craft, you can count yourself among them. Until then, be gone, cretin!
Give me an
And
intimidation
not even
check.
stopping. John's going to continue just moving forward.
What's the save DC of your spells?
19.
And does major image include...
It includes sight, smell, and heat, but it's not enough heat to hurt, and it's not enough smell to make you disgusting.
Okay, well then the hellhounds lift their heads. Yep, smells like giant. And goes back to gnawing on their bones.
Yeah.
And with a profound begone, cretin, the chariot flies forward.
Or actually, I can do better than that. Hold on a second.
Oh no.
And so you find yourselves... There's a lot of giants here.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with all this. Take me to the important giant.
How are you getting to the important giant? It sounds like a you problem.
Well,
Fair enough.
we have a very, very well laid out forge. I'm assuming there's some sort of signage that would be able to tell us where we're going.
Nah, if you work here, you don't need signage. This
Then
isn't,
there would
this
be a
isn't
main
built for
thoroughfare.
visitors. It's built for people who
Then-
know it.
This is a main thoroughfare with which we will be able to make our way through. So we've made our way down to the first thoroughfare. What are our options, fair DM?
Gazing upon it, you see that the ways people are meant to go include a walkway to the northwest, a staircase that leads to the north, the river of molten stuff, which is that giants could swim in, but don't, continues to the east. And these are actual forges. Liquid metal pours down, and the giants are it's more like a foundry. No, they have anvils there. They're, they stick a blade inside of it and then pull it out and clang, clang. They're actually working. And it seems that the molten metal that they're working flows from this way, through little cracks, little holes in the wall.
John, being actually I can't do this because of the takes concentration. Damn. Just a moment. John's gonna whisper down to Asena. Hey Asena, can you pry into these creatures' minds with your telepathy and see if you can suss out where we're going?
I was just thinking of that.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's wonderful.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me see what I can do.
I believe in you. Here, pick that one. He looks like a dollard.
Which one?
That one right there.
Okay.
Do the pink elephant thing. You know, like when you tell someone, don't think of a pink elephant, then they think of a pink elephant, you know?
Asena, roll an intelligence saving throw, please.
What? Why?
Because if you fail, he's going to make you have to say, you have to make them think of a pink elephant or some weird crap like that.
3.
Because
You are
Asena
now
takes John
thinking
very
about a pink
literally.
elephant.
Pink elephant.
Oh my. Ah, pink elephants.
Clang, clang, forge noises.
Ooh, I got you. Let me see if I can do this.
What's the guy's name again? Aztandar.
Aztandar. That's what I have written down.
Aztandar.
Unless Joe changes the name somewhere. Do you have a name you can just post, Brett?
Ogville spells it out
Thank you.
for you. He writes it down.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Ogville is not good at spelling.
Oh, wait, really?
Yes, that's not correct at all. He's an Einherjar, not a scholar.
Okay, but like, we would know what the damn name is, mate.
Aztandar. Aztandar.
Okay, I was right then. Yeah, Aztandar. Okay, very good.
No, there's no K in it. It's
Aztandar.
Aztandar.
Well, it's not my fault you can't talk. You're an English major, man. Do better.
Yeah, I'm right. I don't talk.
Aztandar. Okay, very good. Very good.
Hey, so where's Astendar's? Where's he at anyway?
Oh, we're not allowed up there. We have to work down here. We're not allowed through that door. Wait a minute, who is this?
We didn't forget where he lives, right?
What?
She said we didn't forget where he lives, right?
I was just making sure that you remembered. Carry on.
Yeah, the door's to the north where we're not allowed to go.
Yeah, you knew that.
Who's
You need to concentrate. Don't let your mind wander so much.
Roll a... I'm going to say deception check, Asena. With advantage.
Mate, we're still going. We're going. We're not just like lingering next to this guy while this is
Yeah, I
happening.
know.
We just roll right on through.
A natural 20.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
Must have been the wind. Clang, clang.
But yeah, Aztandar
I was
Sanctum.
trying for like to be his own thoughts.
Yeah,
Then,
exactly. It
yeah,
was
that's
perfect.
absolutely what he thought it was. It was just his own thoughts. So Aztandar's forge lies to the north.
My thoughts sound very pretty.
It looks like this is the run of the river. If you go this way, you're going to end up in the heart of the volcano, and it kind of flows down here, and then there's this flow from here. So it looks like wherever these flows come from is where Aztandar's forge is, further up and further in.
Perfect.
You could
Yeah,
go
we
up
went
this
north.
way. There's a
Yeah.
closed door here, but you happen to know this is one of the entrances to the outside, one of the paths you could have taken.
Glorious, glorious.
So you know there's a pathway here, and then back towards the west side of the river, there is a passageway north.
Well, this looks like the most convenient for a chariot. We would be, you know, not want getting people's way as we make our way there. So
You want to fly up and then go over the railing? Like,
yeah.
okay, whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh.
You know, we don't want to get in the way of the craftsman
Hey.
here.
What are you doing here? I'm here to seek Aztandar. We have come as a student of the corruption. Your guard let me pass. Now stand aside.
Oi,
I seek an audience.
I'm up in line to be Aztandar's student. Who the hell do you think you are?
The man who knows about the corruption. I've been working here for a century, and I'm not about to get undercut and have somebody else become the next 2T just because you happen to know about the corruption. Then come, take it up with the master himself. Oh, the
John,
master does. No, he takes it up with
going.
you.
John keeps going.
Okay.
Just this giant armored chariot just keeps flying on. Anyone who stops is like, look, take it up with the big cheese. I'm not here to dick with you. I'm here to talk to the man in charge, or lady if Astendar's a lady. I'm here to talk to the person in charge. There we go. That's what I'm looking
there's
for.
like no other way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm not reorienting the entire chariot because that's a lot of work.
That's fine. That's fine.
I
I mean, I feel like you made the work.
You're the one who created the chariot, okay? I didn't plan for a freaking chariot. And I have to do it justice. All right, so this giant seems to be following you, and there's a closed door to the north. And it's a giant-sized iron door, hot to the touch.
Very good. We don't care about such things. Big old door. What can we do for this? Asena, you're very strong. Why don't you go open that door?
Like jump out?
Well, inside of this field, instead of it being you actually jumping out, your Azer self will stay on the chariot, and then when you push, it's going to look like John the Giant holding out their arm and pushing the door open, or just holding their hand out and like just exerting force, and then it opens.
Like at the grocery store.
Oh, I'm invisible.
Exactly. Yep. While you're within the circumference of this illusion spell, yes, you're basically invisible.
Okay. Can I jump out
All right.
and
The
glide to
door,
the door?
is red hot.
Oh. Wow.
Lie back and think of England, Asena.
What does that mean?
Don't worry
Just
about
grit
it.
your
Move
teeth
on.
and go.
It means take one for the team.
Everything's hot over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. You got tons. Just wrap your hand in a cloth. It's fine. I do that with ovens all the damn time.
Okay.
Hey, you! What'd you say your name was? Get back here!
I'm just ignoring him until this door is open.
You just hear shouting in giant and boom, boom. It all sounds like fee-fi full fun to you, Asena.
Yeah. Asena, quickly open the door.
I'm opening the door.
Cool. Roll an athletics check to attempt to open the door.
You have advantage on all strength checks because the god of strength has said you
True.
are badass.
Okay. 14 does not suffice. And as you hurl yourself against the door, you take two points of fire damage, which is cut down to
one, right?
one
'Cause of
point of
resistance?
fire
Yeah, there we
damage,
go.
which goes against the heroic, be resolved speech hit points that John gave you.
Well, it's not really hot, but it is heavy.
Can you do it again?
Can I do it again?
State your clan and rank, outsider. Who are you?
John is going to turn to the giant, activating his frightful presence as he does. And he is going to hit every single giant within 120 feet of their sight and smell.
Begone, pitiful wretch. My rank and clan are none of your concern. Are you Aztandar? I believe not. Tutelage, who is not even worthy of holding the hammer of the sacred corruption. Go now before you incite my ire further.
That's a wisdom save, right?
That's a wisdom save. And an intimidation check to go along with that, yeah.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yes, Loki. Yes. Get us into the inner chamber.
Xander, you want to hurl? Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah,
With a
there we go.
24, you successfully slam the doors open. You can hear the lock mechanism inside breaking.
Oh,
You also
my.
take an additional 10, so 5 points of fire damage from touching it.
Yeah.
Ciao.
And then we can mount Asena back on the chariot and continue
You
on
good
our
to hop
merry
back
way.
in, Asena?
Oh. Is it? Yes.
Wait, why'd you close the door? No.
I'm not. I'm jumping back in.
There we go, and make us forward, mates.
Drive me
And if you
closer.
could just dramatically close
I'll
that door
hit them
behind
with
us,
my
that'd
sword.
be great.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, there's another door. Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Asena, you're up.
Hang on.
What?
Why is it being... Oh, because I'm using the complete wrong screen because I'm a very smart person.
Yes.
Look,
Here,
when you're dungeon
mount
mastering, there's a
these.
lot going on, okay?
There's
All
a
right,
lot
give me a
going
sec.
on.
Boom.
So much to do. So much
Boom.
time. Oh God, Chester, no, he's stuck. Hold
Chester,
on.
no! All right, it's okay.
There
We
we go.
saved him. There's
Yay.
a door to the north and a door to the east, both of which are large, iron, and locked.
Well, they said door to the north. But hey, you said locked. That's easy. Now that no one's looking at us, John's gonna hop out but stay within the aura of the good. And John's gonna pick these locks.
What are your lockpicks made of, bud?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I
Actually, my
would.
lockpicks are a light tech omni tool that disappears as soon as it's used, and it's made of very, very impressive
Hard light.
Future, yeah,
Okay,
hard light. Future
hard,
technology.
hard light is not going to be destroyed by heat, so I guess that works.
Yeah, baby.
Here I am like, I'm gonna get him when he does this. Never mind.
Is this going to be a what do you call it? Check a dexterity lockpicking check
With advantage.
with
because
advantage. Ooh.
High-tech tools against low-tech locks.
Hell yes, I'm all about that.
Goes away if you're at a higher tech level zone, but you know.
Yeah. A natural 20.
And which one were you unlocking?
The top one. Well, we didn't damn where open it yet, but okay.
Ka-dunk.
Thank you. I want to open both of them, and then we can go
All right.
fishing around.
Roll to open the other one.
Thank you kindly. And number 2. Ooh, wow. That's
10
that's a
will
10.
not cut it.
There's no reason I can't try again, right?
Nope. Nobody is... Yeah, so you're going to be able to crack this open. They're both unlocked now.
Okay, cool. Very good. Very
Door
good.
to the north, door to the east.
Is there a way to look through? He said there was a lockpick. There should be a keyhole or something, right?
Yeah, but it's a complex mechanism. It's not an old medieval mechanism. Actually, it's an
But it's
enormous
giant.
freaking lock
Yeah.
because it's
I was gonna
giant.
say
Yeah.
it's huge.
You're gonna have to stand like on your tiptoes or get a boost of some kind. But yeah, you can peek through.
Perfect.
Which one are you peeking through?
We do. First, well, the one to the north because that's the one you opened. That makes more sense.
There's a single giant in this room, surrounded by pipes that are sort of shaking, and the heat shimmers in this room. And this giant is standing there, turning a big wheel. And then
Okay,
taps
this
one of the
doesn't look
pipes. Dong, dong, dong. And every time that they turn it, the pipes sort of rattle and groan, and you can hear the flow of molten liquid changing throughout the entire foundry.
Yeah, this seems like the power station, so let's not worry about that one. Let's look through the other one.
Behold!
There we go. That looks much better.
Actually, hang on. Let me move you up a little bit.
Hey, mate. Question.
Behold!
Because I nat 20'd this one, would I be able to like relock it but like break the lock so this guy's trapped inside?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
All right, Asena, through the lockpick, you and John see another enormous chamber glowing red hot. You can tell because of all the red glowing and the hot.
Yeah.
Inside, this is the source of the liquid that flows down. The purified metals go in here, whereas the rest of the lava river below is sort of a slurry of both. An enormous iron great bridge stands over the bubbling lava, and at the far end of it is a fire giant with a huge metal collar working furiously over a cauldron of bubbling molten metal. And as you approach, a greasy, unpleasant feeling creeps over your bodies. The presence of the corruption.
You feel
Hey, mate.
that?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you feel it?
Oh, I feel it, Mr. Krabs. The corruption is present here.
I'm not Mr. Krabs.
Sorry, one of my silly intricacies. Don't worry about that. I have a little backup plan for us. Mate, does John believe that he'd be able to malfunction this door as well?
Yeah.
John wants to go malfunction that door as well.
Okay, go ahead and you're able to malfunction it. It is now malfunctioned.
Is there a place on this door where you can put like a big old, like, I don't know, iron bar or something to kind of help shore it up against being broken down?
You probably need Asena's help.
Yes, I absolutely want Asena's help.
Where are you going to get a big iron bar? The only things you see in this area are huge pipes full of molten liquid.
I'm looking.
And grates over. I guess you could pull up one of these grates. It's
There
not
you go.
as hot.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll grab these grates and we'll position
Start
them.
cutting it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. So, Asena, I'm going to ask you to roll an athletics check to lift this massive iron bar with advantage because of the blessing of Cord and just use it to bar the door.
No problem.
Small prob.
We have problems.
And you're barring the south door, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you're moving it into position, it's very heavy and it drags against the stone, making some noise.
As Asena is lifting this giant bar and it looks like she can't quite clear the ground, John is going to use a minor illusion, and over where the grating is happening, he's going to have a bubbling of the tinking of hammers to cover and drown out the grinding of the stone to metal.
That will cover it this time. Asena, roll another athletics check unless you have a different plan.
Put your back into it. That'll be a better plan, right? You just didn't. You didn't lift with your back, Asena. You always lift with your back, not your legs.
Completely ignoring John's advice, you do whatever it takes to lift it into place, and you've now barred that door. Now,
Excellent.
The strength of a fire giant is not to be underestimated. This will help, but will it stop them?
Correct. There is, however, a backup plan. John is going to take the 2 landmines that he collected from Lacunas, and he's going to put one in front of this door, and then he's going to put one in front of this door.
Dude,
So as soon as the door opens up, it's going to explode a landmine.
I love it's like you're in Valhalla basically planting landmines. This game is weird. I love it. No, I don't want to clone horses. All right. Landmine planted.
I don't want to clone horses, he
I had the wrong
says.
thing copy pasted, all right? Okay, so you've now planted landmines in front of both doors.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to
And-
do?
Well, I've got 500 pounds of TNT. How hard do you want me to go on this?
It's your call. It's your call. Asena, do you have anything that you want to add to this plan?
No.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I've got some grenades and stuff, but honestly, I feel like the doors being blocked and the landmines, that should be decent. It'll give us a heads up as to what's happening and give us at least as much time as possible with which to figure this ish out.
Okay.
They're fire giants. It's not like this is gonna, actually kill them. It's just gonna freak them out and hurt them.
Hmm. Okay. The way ahead of you is made apparent. What shall you do?
Okay, so Asena, here's the plan. We've barred both egresses of being able to, when things go to hell and they rally the troops, there's going to be a lot coming after us, and we did not kill anything making our way in here. So what we're going to do is very quickly, as we make our way into this place, we'll be able to take stock of what's around. We've seen one hellhound, one giant, and the master of the forge, Aztandar.
You've seen a
Our
lot
goal
of
here-
giants. You passed a lot of giants. Or do you mean inside this room?
Inside this room.
Carry on.
And so there might be more in there, but the goal of our mission here is going to be to find the corruption, get our hands upon it, and get out. Of course, if we can levy any more information, like who brought it to them and whatnot, we'll be doing our best to assist with that. But for the most part, I would need you and you, Ogville, to be on standby. When things eventually go awry and we are going to have to defend ourselves, it is going to be imperative that the both of you are ready to strike first before anyone has a chance to fully understand our deception. Unless you want to take part in the talk.
Is just attack. Does that count as a plan?
It's
Well,
a perfect plan.
We're going to make our way in. I'm going to talk with Aztandar, find out where the corruption is. And I mean, honestly, if we could just grab it and go, that'd be fantastic. But we're very likely going to have to defend ourselves. And when that happens, I want to make sure that you and our allies strike first. Do you understand?
Yes. You're not going to give me some sort of weak signal like a wink.
What I'm going to do, and because the two of us are standing next to us on the chariot, is that as long as we remain on the chariot together, I'm going to kick your ankle with my foot, and that should be your signal to go. But barring that obvious assertion, if things are looking poorly, then if I speak the word kumquat during our conversation, that is going to be the word that you will know go time is now, and you attack as soon as possible, whoever is nearby or whoever you can kill as quickly as you can.
Not me, though.
I mean, obviously our enemies, of course.
Right. A kick of the foot and a kumquat.
The kumquat, exactly. If you hear kumquat, that means that you must be ready. Mate, go ahead if you haven't already. Please give our buddy the 14 hit points from John's heroic speech. John is going to take the seal that he has made for Chester, and he is instead going to give it to Ogville. He's going to activate his 3 angelic seals, the first of which he's going to activate benevolence on himself. He is going to activate recovery on, well, recovery? Is that the best one? No, he's going to put glory on both Asena and Ogville. And if we need to use greater, we'll use greater. But yes, the two of them, as long as they carry the seal upon them, with glory, when they reduce an enemy to 0 hit points, they will gain temporary hit points equal to my intelligence modifier, which is 5. So once their current temporary hit points are gone, over the course of the battle, they'll be able to get a little bit as they slay a little bit.
Cool. All right.
And that's going to be it for that.
Any other preparations that you need to make? Your weapons are charged and armed and loaded.
Wait a minute. Actually, there might be. Hold on a second.
You already have a concentration spell going.
Sorry, I'm reading through something that can be helpful.
Asena.
What? Yes.
Guess what?
What?
You guys got the jump on us way too fast. I didn't even get a chance to bust out any of my true power.
You mean back at the hall?
Oh, no, back on the boat.
Oh, on the boat.
Yeah,
You gotta be quicker than that.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying. And Ogville casts Bless on all 3 of you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like that. Is that your true power?
This is but a fraction of my true power.
Oh.
If the dung strikes the overhead oscillator, then I will unleash my ancestors.
Mate,
Dung?
Yes, dung. Filth.
Like,
did you say dong or dong?
Dung. No, with a U.
if we throw poop at it?
Tongue. Oh.
An unconventional strategy and probably not one that applies here. But it wouldn't be the first time, Asena. It would not be the first time. Funny enough, that's actually the story of how I died.
If the poop hits the fan,
Yes.
you will show us your true power.
Yes. Or if the fight gets really tough. Also that.
Okay. Well, let's hope that happens, because that'd be fun.
Yes. Yes. Oi, fancy boy.
Hmm?
You ready?
Just about. Mate, to you, actually, the DM, I have a seal where, as long as I am able to put it into an area, it affects aberrations, fae, fiend, and undead. Would I be able to spin inspiration to include giants in that purview?
No, because this is angelic power and giants aren't covered. They're not like a foe of giants.
Or what if I added a deep glyph?
Those
to
don't
the-
get along. Deep glyphs and celestial glyphs, those are
Well,
not.
I'm a rune mage. I'm just wondering if I'd be able to apply runes to this, but that's fine. If that's not applicable, then it's not
you
applicable.
can. You can. Who knows what'll happen?
Okay, understandable. Yeah, if it gets to that, we'll see. All right, John's gonna go ahead and take another seal in hand, and if we need it, I might use it.
In case the dong strikes the overhead oscillator?
Correct.
Glorious. Blessed be. And he
Now-
blesses you.
Oh, wonderful. Now you realize you're gonna follow Asena's lead on this, right? Wherever she goes, you go.
Yes.
You are her shadow.
Yes.
Very good. All right, and here we are. We're off. And mate, at this point, just because of how we're angled, if you wouldn't mind turning the horses.
The
Go
horses,
this way.
yes. The rest of this operation, no.
That's fine. That's fine.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da, 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 da. You pass by a hellhound,
Okay.
which snarls at the holy power of the chariot, but can't really smell it. So they're not really aware of what's going on.
Yeah, it doesn't look like an angel chariot. I'm not going for angel
I know,
chariot.
it's disguised. It's like some of that holy power underneath like slips out and it gets worried for a moment, but because its sense of smell is covered, you're good. Behold, the heart of Aztandar's forge.
Okay, so I'm seeing 2 hellhounds, 1 fire giant, and then Aztandar, which is probably another fire giant. Just a cooler fire giant.
Yes.
Who the fuck are you? Are you the rider of ruin that has brought the corruption before the great forge of Aztandar?
No, I work here.
Oh. Well then be gone, pup! I seek an audit with your master. We must speak of great and corrupting matters that envelop the entirety of Muspelheim and the realm of YSGARD. Silence as I speak before you, you miserable cretin.
Roll an intimidation check, please.
Yes. And mate, as part of this, can I hit my dragon fear and hit everybody in the room?
Yes, you can do that again.
Perfect. I hit my dragon fear, and I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw as he proclaims his dark work. And hello. Well, fine, hellhound. Fine, hellhound. I didn't need you anyway. And how about them giants? How about them giants? Dang it.
You're in
Hey,
the
how
inner
about-
circle now.
How about the big giant? How about the big bad voodoo daddy?
Aztandar. Lord Aztandar.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. That's the one we wanted anyway.
As I am sworn to Lord Aztandar's service, I will not permit this slander in his presence.
Lord Aztandar, does this insignificant speck speak for you?
Now, hold on, just hold on, okay, hold on. That insignificant speck works for, no, the insignificant speck does not speak for me. No. I speak for me. I, Lord Aztandar.
Glorious! And you! Sit and watch how it is done when speaking with such a magnificent and glorious being.
Whatever. And the fire giant, steps down into the boiling molten metal and sort of like jumps up here. It flows off of him under the chariot. scowling at you, and the two hellhounds lurking up on either side.
Is there anyone else in this room or just the four of us?
What you see is what you get.
Perfect. And we're going to fly about 10 feet or so off the ground, just, kind of adding that elevation of like, yes, we are very, very important. And we're going to move closer to Aztandar. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
My lord, it is very good to be in your presence. I arrived as soon as I was made aware of that which was spirited here to the Great Forge. Is it fine to speak of such matters of great import in front of such a measly craftsman?
Yeah, he works here. His craftsmanship is actually pretty good. I wouldn't call it measly. I'd say more journeyman.
But in your presence, great Lord of the Forge, a mere trifling despite the experience of this one.
I mean, he's my pupil, so his work reflects on me. So, he's very laborious and studies my work. So if he studies my work, he can't be that measly, right? Because that would reflect poorly on me, and I'm great.
Yes, of course. I think where there's, Muspelheim, the tongue is a bit different. No insult to you, my lord. I am merely reflecting on your great and honorable stature. Now, the item that has been brought to you, spirited here in secret. You have it? Yes? You're prepared to use it to summon the great beings in order to improve the work that we do here in Muspelheim, yes?
More that one than anything else. I was going to make some new stuff, some swords and armor, maybe some, that's a nice chariot. Might do one of those. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Yes.
Of course, my lord. Now, I have been sent here in order to help bless you in this work, this fine work that you do here, in order to ascend our plane, so that we may take those fools that dwell in their halls and not in the great forges as we do. YSGARD shall be ours, the lava and fire from Muspelheim shall runneth forward and claim all within its grasp. Where is it, my lord? The most profane gift.
A persuasion check, please.
Yes, of course.
Asena, something gently kicks your ankle.
Oh, shit. Wait.
Let me make sure that I'm doing this right, because I don't want to screw this up. Give me 1 second. So, okay. Very good. Okay. Seal allows a user to retry a failed ability check to improve another creature's attitude. Okay,
Why are you doing that?
Me? I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about?
Kicking my... You're giving me the signal, but I'm not supposed to wait for John for the signal.
I thought the signal was when he kicks you in the foot, right?
He hasn't kicked me in the foot yet.
Well, then I don't know what you're talking to me about.
Wrong one.
You're cooking me in the foot.
I don't look. It looks to me like there's two fire dwarfs standing in this chariot, and neither of them are kicking anyone in the foot. So obviously, it must be John under that illusion. Come on, Asena, a glorious battle awaits. Death and glory for us. We can take
You're
him.
trying to trick me. That's what you're trying to do.
Well, we're doing the Loki thing here, right? And God, he's just all this talking. We could vanquish him in the heart of his very power.
You have to wait for the kumquat.
Okay, well, skalds don't sing about waiting for the kumquat, Asena.
Is this like your first time out on a glorious battlefield or
Excuse
something?
me, you know how many times I have died upon these very fields? I'm kind of an expert at this now, okay?
You said you'd never been...
Well, yeah, no, not to Muspelheim, but I've fought giants before, obviously. Like I said, I've died a lot.
Okay, so what's the big deal?
The big deal is right there. We should kick its ass.
Only if we have to.
Well, I mean, we don't not have to.
I'm sure it's gonna happen. John usually fails anyway.
Well, I will
At
put
talking.
I will put my faith in your confidence in the failure of the fancy boy.
Just give him a moment.
Fine.
Let him do his
They
thing.
don't sing ballads about giving him a moment, but whatever. What's the worst that could happen? It's YSGARD. We'll just come back.
We could lose the Flesh of Kur forever.
I have no idea what that is, so it doesn't actually matter that much to me.
Well, let me tell you, if we get all the pieces of the Flesh of Kur, people will sing of your name across the galaxies. Not just Valhalla.
I do like when people sing my name in praise. All right, we'll do it your way for now.
Very upset that his Loki gambit, which he had never tried before, failed. Ogville goes back to being a fire dwarf and doing fire dwarf stuff. John, you got a total of a 21, right?
Yes.
Okay. Aztandar hesitates for a moment, then dips his gauntleted hands into this cauldron, this crucible, and lifts from it a tarry, glistening, lusterless blob of flesh.
Lifts from it as in like just like big grip. This is a very tiny piece and a very big giant hand, right?
Like lifts big hands down and like cups it and raises it up with the lava draining,
Fantastic. As he's barely cupping it, John uses mage hand and snatches it out of his hand. And he kicks Asena as soon as it is in his hand.
Valhalla!
No!
All right, roll for initiative.
Do we get a surprise round for that horse?
Yeah, but you still roll for initiative.
Oh gosh.
So him kicking was both 1 in character and 2 a something shiny card was played a while ago. So
Of course.
that's how I
Oh my
resolved
God.
that.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely glorious. I expect
Okay.
nothing less from the rapscallions we bring with us on these missions. I have my Krontaka. It means my initiative is better again. I forgot all about that. Oh, Krontaka,
that-
how I've missed you. Instead of having a +6 to initiative, I have a +11 because I have my
Jeez.
alertness feat again. I got my alertness feat back.
Note to self, remove Krontaka again.
No, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. No, no.
Don't
no.
nerf your players. It's
I got
not fun.
disconnect-
Are you back? Can you hear us?
Sorry, yes. I meant
No
my
worries.
token.
It happens.
Where did initiative go? Okay, mate, I'm just gonna roll my normally, but it's at a +5.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll fix it later. So it should be at a 21.
Okay. And Asena got an
Gotta find it.
18. And I have to not forget about Ogville. And Matt, the thingamajiggy, the flaming chariot moves on your round.
Yes.
And Q. Playlist 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Ogville has just been like, you remember the when Gur in Invader Zim was like, and then Zim puts his hands back and he just goes,
Yes.
No.
Ogville leaps out of the chariot 10 feet down to the ground, leaves the area of the major image. So this little flame dwarf runs forward and then walks through and just no helmet still because his helmet fell. Valhalla! And he charges in
Yes.
with
Yes.
his runic
yes.
battle axe going sicko mode. And he's
Glorious.
under the effect of bless, so if he misses this, then good things happen
Oh,
to him.
right. Bless.
Yeah, you're all blessed because the power of the ancestors has descended upon you. And blah 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 Valhalla, and he's gonna put down his shield for now and just two-hand it.
I mean, yeah, he's fighting a giant. He might as well just ignore AC.
He's probably going to
for a
get
bit.
hit anyways, right? So screw it.
Yeah, look
He
at you.
Immediately slashes him for 29 points of damage. And
Heck
all the
yeah, you
cool
do.
abilities that I gave Lord Aztandar aren't worth anything because he's surprised.
Yes,
Now, when it's his turn,
baby.
he'll no longer be surprised, but y'all go first. So,
Yeah.
okay. That is. Oh, no. Yeah, that's it for Ogville. Is that it for Ogville? 3 attacks with his Asgardian battle axe. Never mind.
Heck yeah.
Valhalla.
I have so much stuff to filter. Here we go. Where are we?
Minus 11. All right, so he just charges Aztandar and starts carving him up. Next is John, then Asena, then Aztandar, then the Hellhounds, then the Fire Giants. While you're calculating your stuff, I have Streamloots cards to attend to.
Glorious. Please attend to them. Also, mate, for some reason, I don't know why, the ewer isn't showing up in my magic items. Can you please just remind me what it takes to activate the ewer?
It's an action to pour
An action?
curtain. Yes,
And what would it be looking like? We just walk through it and we're gone, right? We're in the ethereal plane.
correct.
Cool. Hey, John looks at Asena. Do you want to just leave him here to fight to his death and we can just cheese it and get back where we came from?
I mean, he'd like it, right?
Yeah, he would. He would love that shit. Are you kidding me? That's his whole bread and butter.
Maybe I should ask him. Hold on a moment. Hey, Augie. How cool would you be if you got to take him on alone without any help?
They would sing of our battle for generations, unless he killed me, in which case I'd come back to life, and then he'd probably string me up over this lava pit for the rest of my days and torture me because I can't be killed.
Why can't you be killed?
I'll come back every single day. It's YSGARD.
Yeah. Don't you like that?
Well, yeah, if I can fight on the open fields of a glorious battle, not if it means getting tortured by a freaking fire giant every single day.
What's happening, Asena? Can you just drag him along and we'll just haul his ass into the ewer if he doesn't want to come?
I mean, he can come with us, but he really wants to fight this guy.
Yeah, but I'd rather not die. Well, do you want to fight this thing?
Do you think we're gonna die?
I mean, we could just get it and get out and go on with life. Are you kidding me? We did it. We caught him by surprise. We can just leave.
Well, then why'd you have me attack him?
Well, in case they didn't get him by surprise.
I'm so confused.
Asena, give me this. This is the first time it's ever gone well.
Okay, well, you better take Augie.
John's gonna
He says
just
he doesn't
But you
want to
can
be
just-
left here to be tortured forever and ever and
Perfect.
ever and
Grab him
ever
and let's
ever
go.
and ever.
John's gonna pour the ewer upon the ground with his action and open up the curtain that leads to the ethereal plane. Oh, we are +1 XP.
+1 XP and whoosh, the ethereal curtain appears. Let me see if I can make it look really cool here real quick. Let's see. And now compression. Okay, it doesn't look that
Actually-
cool, but it looks kind of cool.
Scratch that. Charlemagne, John, the chest returns into Charlemagne, runs over and just grabs him and throws him through.
Roll
just
the
body
opposed
checks
athletics check.
Post
Both of you have
athletics
advantage
check.
because of the blessing of Cord.
Hilarious.
I rolled for Lord Aztandar. That was
Now,
not what
could
I
you-
meant to
could
do.
you
Hang
not do
on.
that? Could you not roll for Lord Aztandar?
I got a
Damn.
22.
Well, that beats Chester's.
What
Do I have
else?
to roll?
Are you pouring the curtain and are you pouring it behind the chariot, like here? You can barely see this.
It lasts for 1 round, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to do it like this.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Whoop. Again, it's barely visible, but it's there.
Okay. Hey, Augie, if you don't want to end up being, tortured for years, you might as well jump into this thing real quick. There's more fighting in here. We have to defeat the wraiths of the ethereal plane.
Roll a deception check, please.
John makes I'm going to be using all my deduction dice on just freaking deception rolls today. Oh, I forgot to actually click the section. Hold on. It's a 10 plus a 7. That's a 17. And if it fails, That's a 21.
He doesn't have advantage on this. I'm taking the first roll.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, well, it would have failed, and he still has movement left, and so he's like, more glory, onward! And he plunges into the ethereal curtain, and unless something stops you, all of you plunge into the ethereal curtain.
We all go, unless someone wants to stop.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Well,
I missed my toys.
you now find yourselves in a foggy, otherworldly version of this very chamber.
You know, I
And
just
you
realized
What?
when the rest of the giants figure out what's going on, they're just gonna open the doors and explode.
Oh no.
Moments after you enter the ethereal plane and the curtain closes, the Valkyries appear.
Oh, good.
My sisters, wherever there is a great triumph, we are always aware. Do you see anything going on here? No, sister, I don't see any great triumphs going on here. Neither do I. All right, onward.
And they leave.
Hold on, wait a minute. Great trials. We snuck into the forge of Aztandar. We captured the corruption from beneath his hands. They were none the wiser, and we left a present to explode their tootsies as soon as they try to provide any aid. What do you mean there was no victory here?
Asena, are you chiming in at all?
I knew we should have fought him.
I was told there would be wraiths.
Yes. And
Roll a
John,
persuasion check, please, John.
hold on. John is going to oh, look over there, and he's going to cast Major Image again and summon a bunch of wraiths for him to fight.
Valhalla! He floats really, really slowly because he's in the ethereal plane, so he just sort of like floats towards him with his axe. Both of the Valkyries look at each other and just do a persuasion check to talk them into this was totally a victory.
Absolutely will. I'll use my last deduction dice because this is what we do. And for good measure, why not? John's gonna buff his frightening presence. Not that he's actually trying to make them scared of him, but he's trying to add to that.
He's flexing.
He's flexing. Exactly. He's flexing. He's flexing. So persuasion, we're gonna go ahead and add both of this ish and give me that sweet persuasion. I always almost click the wrong one every time I do this. So, well, that is going to be a 28, and if it fails, a 30.
Sister, do we not celebrate when Thor was dressed up to pretend to be a bride and snuck in with Loki's help? Yes, sister, but that story ended with Thor killing the absolute out of all the giants in the room. That's why we celebrate that. Doesn't the cleverness get at least something here? Fine, but this isn't an Edda or a ballad, all right? This is at most like a stanza. Come on.
His pride was destroyed. That he will never recover from that. A fire giant walked into their midst, cloaked in pride and absolutely dripping.
Yeah, tell it to the skulls. Come on.
And so they're going to take you and guide you in your chariot through the ethereal plane back to YSGARD, back to the great hall of the valiant, triumphant, through cunning and wile, and guile too, I guess.
Cunning and wile and guile and fighting spirits that and bile.
The whole time, Ogville's just like looking around for more wraiths. And so our heroes return at last to the Hall of the Valiant with their filthy prize in hand. What do you do? The Valkyries let you in. They're like, the champions of the Aztandar Forge thing.
So you return triumphant, and thus do I reclaim my boon. but thou hast done most epically. Valkyries, did they do most epically?
Yeah, they did fine.
Your boon came in excellent use. We were able to overpower every obstacle in our path in order to arrive at our destination.
Plus one experience! Let the skulls sing of this forever.
For like a couple of years, I think. This is, you know how sometimes when we look back at the past, we think that the music of the old days was better, but when in truth, it is only the best of the old music that has survived, whereas the lesser poems and eddas have faded away. And this is not going to be one of that second category.
Nonsense! We feast!
And they feast. The party begins most vivaciously. More fights, more drinking, more feasting. You gain the benefits of a hero's feast spell in our next adventure for feasting in the Hall of Cord. And do you have anything else that you want to take care of while you are here?
I have something, but I want to open the floor to Asena.
Ideas.
You said you have no ideas? Okay. Then what do you got?
John is going to attempt while everyone is fighting and drinking and partying, John is going to attempt to flirt with one of the Valkyries. I'm going to use the Stabtiste bonus in order to add a 1d6 to this.
Okay.
After blowing someone's head off with his bullet of sharpness, showing his guile and his manliness to the only Valkyrie that was coming to his aid in his act of cunning, John is going to attempt to seduce her. And over the course of their drinking and carousing, John is going to be sharing tales of how he has tricked gods, overcome monsters, and blasted the occasional cultists with disintegration magic.
Okay, before you do this, roll 1d20.
Okay. A 3.
Okay, that's the wisdom of the seer. You can inflict this on somebody else's roll.
Oh.
It would be good if it came up a 20, that's all. If it came up a 20, you'd be able to use the Stabtiste bonus and the wisdom of the seer.
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
All right, go ahead and make your persuasion check plus 1d6.
Question: would I be able to use a lucky die to re-roll that seer thing?
Yes.
I'm going to use a lucky die to re-roll the seer roll. Get the turn order out of the way. Oh, it was almost a 16. Gosh darn it. Oh well. All right. And now I'm going to go about making my other check. So this is going to be a persuasion check. We add a plus d6 to this. So that's going to be... Where is persuasion? There we are. A
24.
24, and if it fails, a 26.
Yeah, you're cute. Let's go.
Hey!
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, interesting. A 12.
Asena, when next you see John Carmichael, when he returns after the end of the... Actually, John Carmichael dies.
What?
And is resurrected. He goes off with the Valkyrie.
Uh-huh.
And when he returns the next day, he has died and been resurrected. Fortunately for
Was
you,
it a
John,
worthy death?
it was a worthy death. He died
Fantastic.
honorably.
God.
Died honorably.
And I think that's where we're going to have to end tonight's episode of Coriander Society Adventures. Good night, everybody.
Gosh.